people, right? Just amazing people. I don't even really want to say leaders, like just amazing people like Sarah. This, I think Envision You got a huge one of their biggest blessings when Sarah decided to partner with this company personally. Sarah is actually one of the main catalysts for why I'm even partnered with the company. Um, and when I say that, David and Manite, our co-founder and CBO, he, this is somebody I've been close with. This is like a brother of mine. And, when he actually got the company started, I decided to not move forward for so many different reasons. And, education being one of them. But once they got a year in, he actually got me on the phone without her knowing, was this young lady, like this young lady that was just, she was so fired up. I think she had, already had made well over probably multiple six figures at the time within her first year with the company. And she was just super fired up, and she was just speaking unbiasedly about Envision You and what it is that Envision You was doing at the time. Now, that was a little over a year ago. I did not understand or know that that was actually Sarah Verbeek on the other side of the line up until about 6 months ago from today. So, again, I want to give a huge shout out to Sarah for doing what she does and just being such a genuine person. Anybody that's connected to her, like, she's the fire. You get close enough to the fire, you get burnt. You hang around success and high frequency enough, just naturally it becomes of you as well. Now, as far as my story, and then I'll just dive right into the everything that we have within this company. My story is very, very simple. Right.
Recording in progress.
Some people think it's complex, but it's actually very, very simple. I was 20 years old, and I was working a 9 to 5 at the time. I was working as a manufacturing engineer. I had just got a full-time offer to work as a full-time manufacturing engineer after college. And as I was sitting at my desk, I got a text message from my older brother, my blood older brother. And it was a picture. It was a picture of a bunch of screens and lines and things like that. And he said, "This is Bitcoin. I'm trading Bitcoin. I'm making money from Bitcoin. I just had my biggest month in the last 4 months that I've been doing it. And I really don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just investing." He said, "I made $10,000 this month trading Bitcoin." Now, I had never even made $10,000, period. Right? I was 20 years old. So I'm like, okay, the only reason that I even want to be an engineer is because you're an engineer. This is what I was thinking in my head as I'm listening to my older brother. He was the first person I ever saw in my family, get a good job. He bought his Range Rover. So I'm like, you mean to tell me that you're actually focusing on trading more than you are your job? And he was like, "Yes, bro, I'm planning my escape route. I don't want to work this job forever." And as he's telling me this, I'm really thinking about the fact that I'm at my job right now and I hate it, right? I'm making $20 an hour, but I'm actually not making $20 an hour. I'm selling the hour of my life for $20 because I'm not living with any purpose. I might be making money, right? But I'm having to give away all of my time in order to make, pennies on the dollar. So I want to say the very next day, I decided to join his organization because he was connected to a company that was teaching him how to trade Bitcoin. I did not know that this company had a full-fledged infinite level affiliate program or compensation plan. So I came in, I made $50 my first day. Now, all of you that are listening right now, you got to ask yourself, is $50 a big deal? No, it's not. Well, ask your 20-year-old self in college, still eating ramen noodles, right? Still having to, split a Uber with your friends every time y'all want to go somewhere. $50 was a huge deal. And I did it at the click of a button, all in a day. At that moment, I told myself, I'm going to make 50 million. because I'm doing this on accident. What is going to happen if I do it on purpose? When I look at our platform with Envision You, all we're doing is taking that experiences like the one I had, and we're doing these things on purpose. We're being intentional with the education and things that we serve all of the people that come in just as customers. I made that $50 without telling a soul. So now you have people that are coming into Envision You, coming into our platform, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old. My grandmother, day trades, my grandmother, right? You have all types of people coming into our platform, and they're seeing results on a day-to-day basis just from our education, right? Just from our education. We have a full-fledged learn and earn system. People are coming in and not only earning, whether they know what they're doing or not, but they're actually earning even more as time goes on because they're learning as well, right? When all of you that are guests that have never been a part of our platform, when you guys, or ladies and gentlemen, actually make the decision of saying, hey, you know what, let me go ahead and stop playing with my life and stop playing with opportunity, and you decide to actually get started, right? I'm going to personally recommend 4 recorded videos that we have from our top educator that's right in our platform right now. If you watch these 4 videos in conjunction with getting on the live sessions, in conjunction with getting the educational ideas that are coming directly from our app, because we do have an app in the App Store, I promise you, 2025 is going to be one of the biggest years that you have from a financial perspective. I can almost guarantee that. And I'm not saying it because, oh, Bryce, this is the most money, you're ever going to make with anything you've ever done. When it comes from a passive perspective, meaning money you're making in your sleep, whether you walk out of the house or not, this will be the biggest year that you have financially. Your life is going to change from a financial perspective, an education perspective, and your perspective is going to change, especially as far as money is concerned. I used to think about how was I going to eat, right? I used to think about that. Like, I don't know how I'm going to afford to eat. And now in this world today, I get up and I open up my phone. I get on our app, right? I open up my trade locker and I literally feed myself every single day whenever I want to. When I get on these live sessions and when I, make my own personal money as a customer from utilizing our products and services, I actually play a little game with myself, right? Based off of how much money I make in the morning, that's going to dictate how I eat at night. It's either, okay, cool, I make a little bit of money. Oh, maybe I'll eat at home, do takeout. I have a really big day. I'm going to eat steak. I'm having a steak dinner that night. Like, that's how I live my life. Like, it's money. When they say money grows on, money doesn't grow on trees, it's almost like I laugh at that statement now because it's like literally maybe it doesn't grow on trees, but it's printed from our phones for sure. This is what's happening in the world as we know it today, and we really have to fully capitalize. Now, Sarah, I don't know if you actually want to share any slides or show a presentation, but I can just speak just clear cut from my own personal perspective, while we're on this call. And another thing that I'm going to say is it's not only day trading, right? We have a full-fledged suite of education that, there's just nothing out there quite like this. We just brought on a full-fledged stock educator. So anybody that wants to learn about stocks, you want to learn about the top, the NASDAQ, the top 100 companies in the world, which is put into an index fund. We have a full-fledged educator that's going to teach you every single week how to capitalize and understand the economy and how you can take full advantage from a financial perspective. Now, that's the first thing. Now, the second thing, we have a crypto educator. We just brought on a full-fledged crypto educator. Now, I don't know if you see or have heard what's going on in the world right now, but our newly elected president out here in the United States said that cryptocurrency is something that's going to be mandatory. Mandatory. Every single day, we have people buying and investing in the cryptocurrencies right here within our platform. Our crypto educator says that he's going to give away 5 different crypto projects every single week for you to just put in a little bit of money that has the potential to 10x, 15x, 20x, and perform like some of these more popular cryptos that you hear about, like Bitcoin, right? Ripple, Ethereum. That alone is like, I mean, there's not a lot of platforms out here that are providing information like that. Now, to keep it going, we have the top 200. She's in the top 200 of CPAs in the United States. Her name is Angie Tony. Feel free to research and Google her. We have a full-fledged licensed accountant, right? Licensed accountant that goes live every single week, really teaching us and showing us how to manage our funds, how to invest in insurance policies, right? They're teaching us about credit, right? Teaching us about how to, learn and do your own taxes, tax advantages, things that people do not know from a financial literacy perspective. This is something that we have right on our platform every single day, every single week. Somebody is just giving away $1 million information right here on our platform. Now, I always ask people, like, how much do you think something like this costs? And, I'm sure Sarah will share it. If I don't want to just, of course, for somebody that might not know that's listening to this, but people would think that this is like a $40,000 platform. And the only reason I say $40,000 is because that's the tuition of most institutions, especially private institutions. Like the college I went to was $40,000 a year. And everything that I learned in that classroom has not paid me a dime today. But you got platforms like the one we have right here within Envision U from an education perspective that's freeing people financially, freeing them financially. I can only imagine, because we got sessions on our platform where people come on and they literally, have a financial benefit just from being on a call. They literally earn and they profit just from being on a call. I can only imagine in college going to one of my 50-minute or hour-long courses with my professor, and I go into the class, I get paid, and then I go to my next class. I would probably be in school still right now if that was possible, right? It would be no reason for me to graduate. If they had classes where you can literally financially benefit while you were in class, like, what would be the point of graduating? Let me just stay in class. I don't want to leave. More people would actually be going to school. And that's the environment that we've created with our platform. People are literally seeing the benefit within their first 72 hours. I can talk on and on about our platform. And of course, my story is endless. Just like Sarah said, I really don't even like talking about the money that I've made. I've done really, really well for myself. I mean, I've been able to, like, I'm 28 years old, and most people that are in their 20s, like, they always dream about, doing certain things. And it's like, I feel like I'm 10, at least you could probably add 10 years, 20 years onto my life, because a lot of that stuff I've just completely gotten out of my system at 22. Like, I've every car that you can think of, I've probably bought and driven. I've lived in $1 million homes with an S, right? My home now is, really, really nice. I've done it for my family. I've, my mom, I've been able, like, success is not about money for me anymore. It's literally like I'm a competitor. I played sports growing up. And my competition with other people in the world and other companies and other platforms is who's going to create the most millionaires. That's what I want to compete about. Who's going to help the most people make $1 million? That's what I'm competing for. That's what keeps me going. That's where I find the most fun, right? I know for a fact that right here within Envision U, We have millionaires being created and joining this platform every single day. It just has not shown up in their bank account yet. It happened for me at 20 years old. I made my first $1 million at 22. By 25, I helped 20 other people make $1 million. But I was 25 years old. I'm 28 now, and I'm just so blessed and grateful to be in a platform that's safe, that's, like fully funded and invested in, right? Like you have people that have done this for 20 plus years with experience. You got people like, it's attracting people like a Sarah. Look, we also have we also just had a young man come onto the platform as an educator named Stefan. I saw him in the comments, right? He's teaching people about how to go viral on social media. You got people that are streaming on social media, making tens of millions of dollars. They don't teach you that in school. We teach it right here on our platform. Making $1 million, $10 million, it will never be this easy. It will never be this easy. And I'm not saying that it's easy, but I'm saying it's very, very simple. You just have to get connected. You have to plug in. You got to get acclimated to everything that we have. And I mean, the sky is the limit. Sarah, I appreciate you for having me on. I appreciate you for letting me tune in. I, wholeheartedly, I can, I really just can't wait until May. May, our live convention in Houston, Texas. I cannot wait to see how many people cross that stage in front of thousands of people that just secured their first $100,000 in this industry, just secured their first 7 figures in this industry. I am like ecstatic. It's gonna be a full-fledged show. It's gonna be like a concert. It's gonna be like a festival. We're gonna just have so much fun out here in the United States. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. It's gonna be like a big family reunion for me. Sarah, thank you so much. Everybody that's listening, everybody that's connected to her, look, you are all more blessed than you know. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Mr. BT. You guys, hearts and fire in the chat for Mr. Bryce Thompson. I'm telling you guys, if you are not in front of this information, you need to be, right? Taking your life to that next level couldn't come better from Mr. Bryce Thompson. You guys, he is absolutely a wealth of knowledge. Get people in front of this information, especially the younger generations, right? To be tapped in at 20 years young, OMG, OMG. So thank you very much, Mr. Bryce Thompson. Hearts and fire in the chat. We are going to, I'm not sure if Mr. Richard Hall is on and ready to go live because we are a little bit ahead of schedule. But if he is, go ahead and let me know in the chat, Mr. Richard Hall, Market Bully, if you are ready. If not, I will keep rocking and rolling. He's not ready. he is totally double booked, but I'm going to talk about him for a hot minute because his heart, oh my gosh, you guys, and I'm going to just talk about the culture and the community that we have here at Envision U. It is like nothing you can ever expose your family and friends to other than that. I'm seriously like, the world changers, I believe, are right here at NVU. Mr. Bryce Thompson, Mr. Richard Hall, the educators, Mr. David Imonete, Yvonne Tapia, they are truly here to serve and impact 1 billion plus lives. I believe as a community, we can actually exceed that and honestly take that role on as individuals because it's the wealth and the wealth is within the knowledge, right? Once you gain this skill set, the opportunities are endless, but it's just how many people are you going to pay the love and leadership forward to? How many people are you going to expose to the knowledge that we have here within this space? And that's where you have to take on that responsibility as individuals because it's passing the ball. Like, I really didn't even understand the magnitude of this space because I didn't know. I wasn't financially literate within this space. But once I start to tap into this information, and it wasn't actually until my friend Paige had her experience that I was like, Paige, like this has literally got you out of a tough spot. But how many people do we know that are in this position? It no longer is about you gaining that skill set. It's about sharing that with the next mom, with the next dad. And it's just like, you don't even realize. And I think sometimes until you know someone that has been directly impacted, it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same until it's somebody that you literally are praying right with them, like, girl, don't worry, God will make a way for you. And a skill set that she started to invest in, and that's a skill set, like, when you make those investments as a on a personal level, you don't realize it's an investment that you've taken on for your personal self. But once you gain on that, then it's about paying the love forward, right? It's about me sharing with Becky, me sharing with Danny Lee. This platform with Danny Lee here today has literally saved her family's future to a point that, like, she didn't lose her home, right? She's been able to literally put multiple four figures outside of her regular job. She didn't have to quit her job to multiply her income within this space, right? She's been able to double dip in the same 24-hour period. She's been able to carry on her job and add to it. You don't have to be full time here to add 4 or 5 figures to your income. This is something that you can do on the side, right? And it's just gaining that skill set. And we don't realize the value of it until we're in it. So I just want to be an encourager that it's one thing to know that we have this, but be a customer in it, right? Literally gain that skill set for yourself, because you don't know the value until it becomes personal, or until you help literally save another family's financial future. Then it's like, oh my gosh, if I hadn't exposed myself, this woman that I was praying for that needed like multiple like fast income. And how many people do we know that need that money right now? Right? And I'm not saying it's a get rich overnight, but I'm saying you don't know the storms that are coming in your life or in other people's lives until they hit. But why do we wait for the storms in life to hit? Why aren't we ahead of that? Why do we have to wait until things like that happen? We need to take ownership and have a responsibility to get in and gain that knowledge now, but also to share it. Don't just be a customer. Don't just collect your money and stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. It's like, how many people am I going to expose? How many billions of people am I going to impact by just being the one that exposed them? Right? And so that's why I'm super, super passionate about getting the information out. It's planting the seeds. We are in the business of planting seeds, and we don't even realize what we will reap. And that's why it's so important. Like, I love that Mr. Bryce Thompson said, the back office hasn't caught up, and that's why I'm so grateful for the love and leadership. Mr. Bass Grant, before he even knew who I was, he saw a diamond. He was like, this girl is a world changer. How many people are you literally reaching out to and not accepting no? Having a real conversation with intention, and then saying, listen, you've got to hear so-and-so's experience with this. You've got to exposing them to the results, and the results is what's going to carry out that residual effect. That's what's going to carry out the residual income that keeps coming in by just continuing to have that exposure. So let me just see, Mr. Richard Hall. We're way ahead of schedule. Actually, I think I'm going to bring up some testimonies. I'm going to have Danny Lee come up and share her story, because it's the product. Her husband actually passed away. And so I didn't know her before this space. I had no idea who Danny Lee was, but and that's why I like, if you're on Instagram, follow me, be the light God's girl. All I do is continue to be a light and be God's girl. That's it. I'm just constantly sharing, because I don't know who I'm reaching. It doesn't matter. All I know is that I am reaching out every single day, because I know that God's going to be in the background. You don't need to know how you're going to get there. You just need to get there. You just need to be the catalyst that is going to expose somebody. I didn't know Mr. Bryce Thompson was on the end of the phone when David called me up. David just calls me up and I get on the phone regardless of what I'm doing. I'm never too busy to share what we have here. So I just want to be an encourager that you become selfless in your pursuit to impact 1 billion. This is way beyond what you could imagine. This is not for personal gain. This is for literally world change, right? So Danny, if you can come up and share the depths of your experience and how this has shaped and changed your future, not just for you, but your kids. All right, come on up.
Hi. Well, I'm kind of shocked here for a second. Between the product helping me out physically and mentally and health wise, it's also helped me financially. Um, it's like it hasn't gotten me out of the hole, but it's definitely helped me with my kids, and I saved my house from it, and I've helped other people. I've helped so many around me, and yeah, it's been a good experience, and I'm hoping that I can help other people and hope everybody can learn from my experience as well. So it's not just about money, but it's helped me. So, thank you.
About like where you were.
So when I first started, it was 2 years ago, and I was with another product, and it was okay. And then Dawn, my girlfriend, introduced me to it. And it's in the last 2 years, it has helped me with my rheumatoid arthritis. It's helped me with my depression. It's helped me with my IBS, um, my migraines, menopause. Like I feel fantastic. So I don't think I'll ever go off this. I'll find every way possible to keep this going and to share it. So my kids are even on it, and my granddaughter is on it. She's 10, and it's wicked.
Like the Alive juice you have them on, or?
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. She takes one a day. Yeah. I freeze it for her actually in little ice cubes. Yeah. Yeah. My niece is on it. That's who got me into freezing the juice into little ice cubes, and you put them in the juice or in the water, and that's how they get it. Yeah. Yeah. And the dreaming and the calm. Yeah. Fantastic. ADHD. My daughter is ADHD, and she takes it, and she's been absolutely great. So, mhm. Yeah. So just share that stuff.
Thank you so much, Danny. I'm ready to talk. If you guys can make Richard Hall a co-host. So Mr. Richard Hall, Pops, I like to call him King Richard because I believe he is a king in the kingdom. He literally is a world changer. If you want to change the world, start with changing somebody's life. And there have been millions of people. He doesn't even know the magnitude of how many lives he's impacted. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like you have no idea how special you are. So, Mr. King Richard, if you are there, if you can go ahead, we're going to bring you up as a co-host, I think. Share with us the platform that we have and take as long as you need to really just, whatever you have on your heart today, to share from a personal perspective, because I know like how this actually found you, but also if you can help us gain a little bit more of a skill set within this space so we understand the magnitude of what we have as well.
What's up,
There
Sarah?
it is.
How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm super lit.
You know, I am so pumped and I'm honored to be on this call right now. The work never stops. I don't even look at this we call it an opportunity, but the reality of it is we are a solution. We are a solution. This is not an opportunity. Let me be very, very clear that we are what we call solution specialists. And if you're claiming that today, I see all the numbers on the call. Do me a favor and type some fires in the chat. If you're making a decision today to say that we are what we call solution consultants, right? Because at the end of the day, when you have individuals like Sarah, when you have individuals like Mr. Bryce Thompson, Mr. Bass Grant, you have all of these, stories of success and duplication happening. I want you to really understand what's in front of you. Because sometimes, in spaces like this, we can have our real thick glasses on, right? And we can't really see what's in front of us because our vision isn't farsighted. We're so nearsighted with circumstances. We're so nearsighted with things that we go through instead of looking at it from a perspective of what we grow through. You know, and I just get so pumped, and I get, as Sarah would say, super jacked because I've literally prayed for moments like this, family. I prayed for this. And if you can relate, throw a $sign in the chat for me, because we're solution consultants. We have a solution to a situation. Because see, I don't even know what a problem is. You know, people say the word problem, and there's no solution for a problem. So we have situations that are happening globally, right? And we are the solution for the situation. And what is the situation that we're talking about? We're talking about really just increasing the mindset to where we believe again that we can operate from a spirit of abundance, that we can be healthy again, that we can be wealthy, that the dream really is possible. The impossible is really possible, right? And I talk like this because just, maybe 4 years ago when I started my journey, as I guess you want to call me a trader or an educator or whatever, I like to call myself just a master student. When I started my journey, I was nothing but a skeptic. When my daughter was 17 years old and she talked to me about trading, I said, I don't know if you're going to make money that way. Because I personally was unconsciously incompetent about, do I need a lot of money to invest? Am I smart enough to invest? Um, I was a little scared, if that makes sense. And humbly speaking, I'm so grateful and thankful that all I've done in order to get massive success, best student that I could possibly be. And following educational ideas, listening to people that had results that I personally desired. When I found out that I had a mass on my kidney, Sarah, about 2.5 months after I started my journey, and the mass on my kidney, it's the size of a golf ball. And I don't know about you guys, but if you ever lost any parents, or if you've experienced that fear, which again, fear is just nothing but false evidence appearing real. When you experience that fear, and that's where my mindset was then, I was terrified about, what am I going to do? How am I going to make it? How am I going to be the provider, protector, and maintainer that I'm supposed to be for my wife and my kids? And then I started thinking like the worst case scenarios, right? If my wife and I had an auto detailing business where we utilized our physical ability in order to do what we needed to do for our family, what if the worst case scenario happened? Am I supposed to just depend on my wife? Not saying that she would, but man, I had to depend on my wife going back out there with one of our vans to go clean rims and tires to make sure that our family is good. And see, oftentimes we don't think case scenarios. We only think, this is happening, but that was where my frequency was then. And I always like to say that God got jokes sometimes, because that was the one thing that I needed in order to get me out of my own way, in order for me to be teachable, in order for me to be coachable, in order for me to remove my ego, to actually listen to, a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, or even when Bryce was 24 years old, to even open up my mind to be receptive to the information, and I made a decision. And I ask all of you guys on this call, if you are a visionary, if you are a customer, if you've made the decision that, I'm going to learn the skills. I'm going to learn the skills to pay the bills. Begin with the end in mind and imagine what your future self is going to look like. Start operating in that frequency of saying, you know what? I'm not going to enter this one trade as if it's the lottery. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. Because one thing that I love about Envision You, number one, we're good. I mean, our system is good. When you have people like Gold-Minded, Kai, people like Ness Velasquez, educators that are really really taking their time out of their day to educate everyone in order for them to elevate. See, that's a different type of energy, you know? But then when I talk about the vetting process that we all go through, it's not just, oh, you have a good week or you have a good day in trading or, you're okay at teaching financial literacy. No, Dr. David Emanita and Yvonne Tapia, they really sought out to find individuals that were good at consistently delivering something over and over and over. So I want you to put a thank you, David, and a thank you, Yvonne, because everything that we do within Envision You is just good. It's just good. It's not about what we do, it's about how we're doing it. You see, there's many others out there that try to duplicate what we do. And that's why I love working with David, because David understands what it means to be in the field. Yvonne also understands what it means to be in the field. Bryce Thompson understands what it means to be in the field. And when I had a conversation, with Bryce, he said, I just want us to focus on delivering a good customer experience. And this is a very, very wise young man at only 28 years old to say something like that. Because simple is awesome, right? And then when you look at David, when he says, envision you, right? We want things to be so good to where your friends will envision you, will envy you, right? And they'll want to be a part of the solution because they see the change within you. And so when David talks about impacting 1 billion lives, I take that to heart. I'm going to bring my A game every single time, because they always demand the best at a very, very high level. And so I say, thank you, God, for opening doors like this for us to be able to create really, really good customer experiences. Each one teach one. Now, does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? Humbly? I just want to make sure I know who I'm talking to. Now, what's so profound about what we do and so amazing about the system, when I'm talking about education now, we've simplified everything. We simplified it to a point to where all you have to do, literally, is give yourself some time in order to create your own time. I think about a new family member by the name of Makata Martin. See, Makata, and I want to share something with you. Makata, she came into this space kind of like a skeptic, you know? She was very skeptical about this solution because she's a part of the medium young crew like myself. I'm not old, I'm not young, but I'm medium young. And what was so interesting is her friend her friend Nico says, you got to do this. There was no question about it. You just got to do this, right? And when her friend said that to her, she said, okay. And I immediately talked to her and I said, I need you to enroll as a visionary as well. And she says, well, no, I'm not interested in none of that stuff. I'm only here because, my friend told me to get started in this space, right? And I said, okay, well, we're going to talk in a few days. Now, if you've been in that situation before, let me know. Have you ever been in that situation before where somebody said, no, I'm not here for that, but we'll see what happens. Have you guys ever dealt with anything like that before? I know I have. I know I'm not talking to myself, right? And so it was my goal and Nico's goal, just to say, okay, well, let's create a good customer experience. That's it. And humbly speaking, and this is no income claims or anything like that, but if you don't mind, I want to show you the power of what it really looks like and what it can look like for you. Is that okay with you guys? Is that okay? Do I have your permission? Throw some dollar signs in the chat if that's okay. Because I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm only here to tell you exactly how you can create the change yourself as well. Okay? With what we're doing through education on a daily basis. Okay? You just have to give it time in order to create your own time. Okay? So I'm going to share my screen if I can. Let me see. I'm going to share this screen. Let's see here. I'm going to start this broadcast and let me know if you guys can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Humbly, I hope you guys can. I hope you guys can. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, watch this. What's so amazing to me, I love duplication. I'm big on duplication. And see, the system, gives us duplicatable moments, right? Now, watch this. I'm going to play the sound in a moment, but I want you guys to pay attention to this right here. And this is no income claims, but the balance in her account says $3,942. Okay? That's what the balance says. And then I want to also show you this. In the last 24 hours, right here where it says last 24 hours, okay, it says $1,931.21 or 20 cents. Put some dollar signs in the chat if you guys can see that. 1931. 1931 and also $3,942. Now, Ma could have got started. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let her tell you. Check this out, you guys. Check this out. Started this account with 300. Let me know. Hold on. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Yeah, go ahead and show that. Let me see that. Go ahead. So you've been locked in. Yeah, go ahead. What you talking about? Show me that. Last 24 hours, $1,931. I started this account with $300. Oh my God. This is in the last 24 hours. Because I was on a plane yesterday. I did, make a little bit yesterday, but this was in the last 24 hours. Sheesh. Yeah. And how long you been in this space now? It's been like 11 days. Oh my God. And you started this with $300. $300. Sheesh. Oh my God. And you're following the system, right? I'm following the system. Oh my God. This is crazy.
Now,
Top where? Yeah, go
now,
ahead, show that.
what's so amazing to me in that moment, right? What's so amazing to me in that moment, and do me a favor, if that resonated with you, if you guys can relate to, having an experience like that, do me a favor and type some dollar signs in the chats. Let me know. Let me know if that resonated with you. Let me know. I'm asking for a friend. You know, and see, the most powerful thing about this solution, right, is it's really for you. It's an incredible experience. Now, all we had to do was focus on creating a good customer experience. Now, do you think I have to go tell her to tell somebody about that? Do you think I got to tell her about, go tell someone about your experience? I'm asking you to be honest. I probably don't, right? I don't. In her first couple of weeks, she went perfect 10. She went perfect 10. You think I had to go tell her, go do this and go? No, I didn't have to. Because at the end of the day, what we're doing here within Envision You is literally just creating good customer experiences, because everything that we envision, everything that we're going for is literally just for average people like yourself and myself. There's no difference between, me and you on this call. The only real difference is God got me out of my own way. And I gave something time in order to create time. I don't even like to talk about like what my personal accounts look like, because it doesn't matter. See, what really matters is you judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Everything that I've seen David do, he's done at a very high level. Everything that I've witnessed Yvonne do, they've done at a very high level. Everything that I've seen, Mr. Bryce Thompson do, done it at a high level. And see, I ask you guys Are you really willing to do something at a very, very high level? Are you? I'm just asking. I'm asking. Because sometimes in order to get to that higher high, and we're talking about structure and we're talking about the market here, every single time that we talk about going to that higher high, you're going to have those moments where, guess what? The market pulls back sometimes, right? It happens. That's why we have support. That's why we have a clear vision. That's why we have good education, right? So that when we catch that impulse, now I'm talking that trade talk right now. When we catch that impulse to the upside, everyone that's with us at support is coming along with us. Every single one. The real question is, though, are you ready? Are you even in position to take advantage of all of these moments and opportunities within the solution to maximize everything that you need to maximize? That's the real question, family. Are you ready for it? Have you locked in yet? And see, I talk skill set and build set. Don't get it twisted. I skill set and build set. Because if we're going to impact 1 billion lives, we have to wake up with purpose, on purpose, for a purpose. And that purpose is literally to create massive change globally. Global change. And I don't know about you, but I really believe when David said that this is the year of fulfillment. Last year was the year of expansion. That happened. That's happening right now. And on top of that expansion, with this being the year of fulfillment, with everything that we're offering within this solution, ask yourself, are you maximizing everything? Now, I personally would like to get into a little bit of charts. I mean, I personally would, if that's okay with you, Sarah. I got to a destination where I can get into it just a little bit if you want. you know, I'm not sure what the family really, really wants now. If you give me just like if you give me like 1 minute, I'll bring my laptop on and we can get straight to it if you want. If you want, okay, because we don't gatekeep here within Envision U. We don't do that at all whatsoever. And you can't let somebody like me, just go. Okay, all right, I'll go. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I bring, because we were early on this call, I was literally supposed to start right now, but it's all good. See how God works? You see how God works? God still works it all out, you know? So I'm gonna bring this laptop on as well. And we're going to get straight to it as well. And we're going to make sure that we're good, if that's okay with y'all. Okay? So give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Oh, I'm super pumped for this. I am super pumped. You're going to see my other. There we go. There we go. All right.
Recording in progress.
Oh, yeah. I'm hyped. Okay, I'm muted, but can you see me? Perfect. Let me go ahead and leave this one. All right, perfect. Can you guys see me and hear me? Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you guys so much. I was right in the middle. I love being in the environment with our family. I flew out here to Dallas just because I'm a big believer in being like in the community with our family. We have some good movement happening, and the young lady, Makata, she went on a trip, to Dubai just last week, right? And she paid for that trip literally from the skill set. She's only been in this space, family. She's only been in this space, family, for just a few months. The video that I showed you just a moment ago was from, not even was what, October 29th? the end of October. We're now in January, February now. And she went on a trip to Dubai. Let that like just sit in your spirit for a minute, you know, and humbly speaking, I love the fact that she was able to go on a trip like that, because all she is now is a walking testimony. That's all she is. She's a walking testimony. And I love the fact that she's a walking testimony, because she's going to be another example of, you know, just reaching higher highs in this solution. And, you know, personally speaking, I love the fact that, you know, she just goes, you know, she literally just goes. And one of the most profound moments that she shared with me was the simple fact that she was able to not only, you know, build a business where she's able to literally cover half of her mortgage, family. See, that's why that good customer experience is so important to you guys and so important to us. Now, how many of you guys have seen this sexy, sexy dashboard right here? I mean, right here. How many of you guys have seen the NVU Live? Have you guys seen NVU Live yet? Let me know. Have you guys been locked into NVU Live yet? Have you? You know, because in NVU Live, you know, you see it has the top 5 educators displayed right here, right? And there's this ugly guy over here on the left corner. This guy over here, this ugly guy right here. You know, if you click on this image right here, I want you to understand, if this is literally your very first time trading, all right, you can click right here on this ugly guy's image right here. Okay. His name is Richard Hall. You can click on it. And I like to make things very, very simple. You know, I like to make things very, very simple. And even when you look at this, right here, you click on favorite sessions. Okay. On favorite sessions, where I highly suggest brand new family, being brand new to trading. Okay. I want you to do something very, very specific. Okay. Because trading can be considered very, very complex, even though it's simple. Okay. I want you to start off with this video right here. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Write that down. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. Because when you understand, when you understand that it really is easy, even though a lot of people try to say, oh, it's super complex, you know, no, it's not. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. I want you to be able to get your eyes first and foremost. If I can get your eyes to see the market, then guess what? You're going to start understanding the market. Put a $sign in the chat if that makes sense to you. Put a $sign in the chat if that makes sense to you. Then after you watch It's Easy as 1, 2, 3, I want you to dive into the market bully strategy. Start here. Okay. And you can go into, of course, top-down analysis, entry points. That's important as well. But because we're here to make money, right? We're not here for fun or as a hobby or anything like that. We're here to make money. So I want you to understand how to maximize your profits. So watch Profit Max, because it's very important to know how to leverage your accounts. Are you guys with me? I just want to make sure. Okay. Now, if I was to go into the market, and I'm going to go into the market's closed already. Okay. Now, what I like to show people within this, and this is so funny, mind you, I just walked up to my laptop. So I didn't create this, you guys have been seeing my screen the whole entire time. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Now, what ends up happening, as you start to see the market, you're able to predict the market pretty confidently. You're able to kind of predict the market pretty confidently. And I know right now it looks like a scary EKG machine, right? It looked like one to me too. It did. It was like, oh my God, what move am I going to make in this market? This is the E. When do I buy? When do I sell? It's super scary, right? Right? It's scary. But imagine this just for 1 second. Just for 1 second. What if you were locked in? I got you, Samantha. I got you, Samantha. Imagine this for a second. Even though all of this looks scary, the beautiful thing about the education is look at us as a navigation system. All we want you to do is enter the address to prosperity. And when you're locked in with the education, guess what we're going to do? We're going to tell you which way to turn right. We're going to tell you which way to turn left. You know, now, granted, if you start making your own turns, you know, we can't control that. Okay. We can't control what you do when we're not with you. Okay. But here's the thing. If you're locked into the education, okay, we're going to tell you which way to go. We're going to guide you. So look at us as your navigation system. Is that fair? Is that okay? Now, in doing that, I want you to notice something very simple. You see this white line where it says price is going to here, then it's going to probably go to here, and then it's probably going to do this. That didn't happen by chance, okay? That happened through education. Now, you guys tell me, did price go to here? Just say yes or no. And these little candles right here is price, where it's green and red. Did price go to here? Yes or no? It did. And did price reject and sell down to here? Yep, it did. Right? It sure did. Now, do you think the possibility of it maybe following that pattern, since it already followed this pattern, you know, it might do the same thing possibly? Maybe so. But our goal is to predict the market. Now, granted, are we 100% accurate all the time? No, you show me a perfect trader and I'll show you a liar. Okay. But the goal is to get it right majority of the time. You want to be able to confidently see the market. So now let me start removing some things, if that's okay with you. I want to start removing things. And while I'm removing this stuff, I just want to make it real simple for you. Okay. I want to make it real simple for you, if that's okay. Because I just want your eyes. Is that okay? Can I have your eyes? Is that fair? I know a lot of you guys probably have beautiful eyes. Okay. I don't physically want them, but I just want you to be able to see the market. Okay. Now, something simple that I like to teach is, you know, of course, how to get confirmations, how to understand if price does this, you make the decision to say, I do that. Okay. If price does this, I do that. Now, if you notice right up here within TradingView, there's different time frames. A 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 7 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, right now, with me, you know, pressing on 1 hour, each candle, and this is what we call a candle, each candle is representing 1 hour of time throughout the day. Okay. So if we were looking at this candle here, this candle here, and this candle here, that's representing 3 hours of time. Now, with that being said, for 3 hours of time, the market sold down. Does everyone understand that? For 3 hours, the market was selling. Now, when we talk about selling or buying in the market, when we're talking about this $1.94 quadrillion market, some people will say, oh, it's only 7 trillion. The update is it's $1.94 quadrillion market, okay? As far as daily liquidity in the market. Okay, the stock market per day is a $22 billion market per day. So we're talking about the largest market in the world. Okay, that's what we're talking about right now. It's a $1.94 quadrillion market. So our goal is not to buy and hold the physical asset. Okay, we're predicting which way the market will go. Does everyone understand that part? That we're predicting which way the market will go. And so I don't want you to look at this as you're trying to master the market. I want you to become a master at predicting which way it's going to go. And how do you do that? Through strategy. Okay. Some people will say, oh, I'm a naked chart trader and I'm this and that. I don't care. I don't care about any of that egotistical stuff. Okay. I trade with clothes on. If professionals on Wall Street, can utilize strategy to maximize profit in the market, what do you think I want to do? What do you think I want to do? I want to do the same thing that the professionals do. Why? Because I'm beginning with the end in mind. I'm a professional. I want to utilize strategy. And that's the mindset that I want you to adopt. Does that make sense, family? Let me know if that makes sense. I want you to really adopt that energy, okay? So think about it that you're predicting which way the market's going to go. It's like if I showed you this right here, where this one candle is representing an hour of time, and then there was a slight pullback. But if you see that price is selling down, and the hours, 1 hour sell, 2 hour sell, 3 hour sell. If you can see 3 hours of selling, what do you think the probability of it continuing to sell is? Do you think it's high or do you think it's low? It's going to be high, right? Exactly, Tati. It's going to be high. So when we say that the trend is your friend, get in where you can get in. Now, think about that. For 3 hours, price was selling, which means that we want to sell, right, at a high point in the market. And we want to buy in a low point within the market. Does everyone understand that? We sell when price is high, okay? We sell when price is high, and we do what when price is low? When price is low, what do we do? Somebody type in the chat, let me know. I want to see where all my market bullies are. I want to see where all my market bullies are. There we go. There we go. I'm big on participation. Now, look, if your frequency is low, then I'll just go. And I'll just see you class. I'll just see you in class. Okay? Now, but I want your energy to be high so that your bank accounts are getting high. That's big for me. It's big to make sure that you guys are doing your thing. So think about this. There's a gap in the market, which we pointed out. And why is there a gap? That means that there was a huge sell down at market open, right? This was another session that happened. But we buy when price is low, we sell when price is high. Now, do you want me to simplify it a little bit more? Want me to simplify it a little bit more? Want me to simplify it a little bit more, if that's okay? And I'm cool with simplifying it a little bit more. Okay, Kathy, I'm going to simplify it just a little bit more, okay? There's this tool that I call the Lauren Hill, okay? Rodney, it's the Lauren Hill, man. It's the Lauren Hill. I'm going to simplify it really, really simple for you guys. You ready? Now watch this. This is why I want you to watch the session. Now remember, we buy when price is low and we sell when price is high. But what if I told you that we have certain tools that are available when you understand this strategy, right? When you understand this strategy, if the body of this candle, and I'm going to go in just a little bit. Can you guys confirm for me? I'm asking for a friend. Is the body of this candle below this red line? Yes or no? And when I say the body, I'm talking about like right here. The body of this candle is below, right? Yes.
Okay, perfect. Is the line red? Yes or no? Okay, it's red. Perfect. This is what I like to call a kernel. We'll call it a popcorn kernel, right? Because that's when the market is getting ready to pop off for you guys. This little thing right here is called a kernel. Now, if you have at least 3 of these confirmations based on this specific strategy, the body of the candle closing below, the line being red, and you have a kernel, somebody type in the chat what you believe that you're supposed to start doing. Do you believe that you're supposed to start buying or selling in the market? Sell. That's crazy, right? Trading shouldn't be this simple. It shouldn't be this simple. But you guys tell me, would it be worth it to get into a position, let's say you got into a position right here. Would it be worth it to you to catch, let's say, 500 points in a few hours? Now, I didn't say pips, I said points. So that's like 5,000 pips. Okay, pips are percentage in points. Okay. But see, this is what I want you to understand about what you see in the market. This is 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. For 6 hours, let's say if you were just right here, for 6 hours, that's 400 points, 4,000 pips. If you have a smallest lot size on NAS 100 of 0.01, that's equal to how much money? Can someone tell me how much is that equal to? I want to see where my market bullies are. Let me know. Let me know. If you don't know, it's okay. I'll give you the answer if you don't know. But if it's 400 points and you have a 0.01 lot size, that's $400. Would it be worth it? Thank you, Tati. Would it be worth it to you? Would it be worth it to you to be able to say, hey, 400 points, right? To make $400. And there's no promise of income. There's no income claims here. But I'm just showing you the possibility. Would it be worth it to you to learn the skill set? Now, all we did was we gathered confirmations. That's all we did was gather confirmations. That's all we did. So if we gathered confirmations, Sarah, isn't this the way to go, you guys? This is crazy, right? So that's why I'm telling you guys, this is just one way of looking at the market. I need you to understand what we're doing here with the skill set. This is why we go so crazy with the build set. You see, I just showed you really quick. I told you I just want your eyes. That's all I want is your eyes. Do I have permission to go deeper down the rabbit hole? Do I have permission to go deeper down the rabbit hole? Do I have permission? Okay, all right. You guys got me here, so I'm gonna go deeper down the rabbit hole if it's okay. And I wanted you to know, like, we do not play when it comes to education. We don't play when it comes to these skills, to pay these bills. Okay? So right there, you're already identifying what you need to do. The trend is your friend. Now, let's just say I made a decision just to box this out. Let's say I just woke up and I wanted to just box this out. Because on the 1 hour time frame, right? On the 1 hour time frame, I'm able to see what's happening, right? On the 1 hour time frame, I was able to see what's happening, okay? Now, I'm just shading this area. Now, if you've been on my class, if you're looking for the trend on a larger time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, you're going to find your entry point on the 5-minute time frame. So now let's go back and let's look at the 5-minute time frame. Now, on the 5-minute time frame, the market is going to show you something different. Okay? Watch. Watch what it shows you. Watch what it shows you. So right through here, let me see. Perfect. So right through here, in this area, right through here, as a matter of fact, let me make sure, let me double check my time. We have all of this time through here for hours, January 8th, right? 7 a.m., okay, is when we see all of this selling happening, okay? This is just an example to show you what's possible. So watch. If I go down to the 5-minute time frame and I go to that same time, okay, right through here, hold on, 7 a.m., let me make sure I go back enough to that day. Hold on. Hold on, why isn't my mouse moving? Here we go. Let me go back. There it is. There it is. Okay, so watch this. Watch this. What if I told you, now we're looking at this area here. You already identified this area of the market. Is the body of the candle closing below? Matter of fact, is the body of the candle closing below right here? This is the area we looked at on the 1-hour time frame. But there's indecision in the market. You don't know what higher highs and higher lows are yet. You just only know something very simple. On the 1-hour time frame, you saw that the body of the candle was closing below, right? That's all you know as a brand new trader. That's the area where the kernel was on the 1-hour time frame. So let me ask you, is the line red? Yes or no? Perfect. Now remember, each candle is representing 5 minutes of time as well. So what if you were to get into the market, the body of the candle closed here, right? Would it be worth it to you to maybe grab a position right here and then see this red line and just say, you know what, I'm only going to go to about right here or maybe to about where this line is, and I'm going to get into the market. Let's say you did one of these moves right here. And you said, I just want to go to the top of this red line because you know what, just in case price goes back up, I want to limit my risk in the market. So what if you just said real simply, could you identify that position right here? Or what if you missed it? Could you take another trade right here confidently to maybe get, you know, let's say 230 points? Would that be worth it to you? Yes or no? That would be, right? Absolutely, it would be. And then guess what? You can identify your different target areas, right? If you had an entry of 472 and you're only risking 34 points, which is equivalent to like, let's say $34, would it be worth it to you with the smallest lot size of 0.01 with regular NOS to risk $34 to gain a profit of 230, a core package in a day? Matter of fact, in a matter of minutes. Would it be worth it to get a core pack with only risking $34? So when people tell me, oh, it costs too much, no, it costs too much for you not to do this. Do you understand? It costs too much for you not to learn how to do this, how to not control your accounts. It costs way too much to not educate in order to elevate. You can't afford not to learn the skills to pay the bills, family. And that's just a simple way of seeing something. Okay, that's a sell. Let's go down the rabbit hole of a buy. Can we go down that rabbit hole? Because see, NAS 100 specifically has been buying. It's been a buying market. And I'm a believer that, you know, at any time is the right time to do what you feel you need to do in the market. I'm a believer in that. So even though this was part of the move, what if you guys decided to get this whole entire move on the 1 hour time frame? We just talked about this little movement right here, and that was already a core package. That was a core pack, and it was only 2 hours. Are you willing to give this some time to create your own time, family? Throw a $sign in the chat. If you can give yourself a little bit of time to, you know, to make a core pack. I'm just saying. In a matter of a couple hours. Our jobs don't even pay us that, right? This is why we call it the skills to pay the bills. Now let's go a little further down the rabbit hole, because let's find a buy. Okay. The body of the candle closed above the line, right? Huge impulse. Oh my God, the fear of missing out. We don't play that game here. We don't operate with FOMO. The body of the candle closed above. I have, what do I call this, you guys? What is this called? What is that little green thing called? Can someone refresh my memory? What is this called right here? What is that called? Type it in the chat. Perfect, Tati. Perfect. Tati must be a market bully. Has to be a market bully. But right there, you have the green kernel. You have the body of the candle closing above. And what color is this line right here? Is it green or is it red? Green, right? So what do you think I need to look for in the market? If I have a clear body of close above, and I also have a kernel, and I have the line being green, what do I need to look for in the market? Am I going to be selling in the market, or am I going to be buying in the market? You guys tell me. There you go. I like Tati's energy. Okay, Chris, I see you. Perfect. Perfect. So if I'm buying in the market, and I just got 3 confirmations, the body of the candle closed above, the line is green, and I have the green popcorn kernel, right? Because the market's getting ready to pop off and show us what she's about, right? Now, I just wait for price to come back as close as possible to this green line. Now, remember, we're looking at the 1 hour time frame to identify what's happening in the market. So what time frame am I looking for my entry? I want to see who's paying attention. What time frame am I looking for my entry? I already identified what's happening on the 1 hour. There we go. Okay, Joy. Okay, Tati. I like how this is happening. I like how this is moving. Okay. So now if I'm here and I identify what was happening on the 1 hour time frame, and if you think this is sauce right now, do me a favor and just throw some $signs in the chats and let me know you're locked in with me. Let me know that you're locked in. Let me know that you are locked in. If you're getting sauced up right now, let me know that you are locked in. Because I like to make sure that you guys are getting value for sure. At all times. At all times, my goal is to make sure that you are understanding these skills in order to do what? Pay the bills, right? Let me make sure I go back to the right date. So we saw what happened Wednesday. We see what's happening, Friday. Now, here's the crazy thing. Let's say we didn't exactly know which way to go because there was red and green and red and green and green. But couldn't we identify that price was going up? Could we identify that price is going up? Yeah, we saw that already, right? Let's simplify it though. This was the mark right here on the hour. Without you knowing higher highs and higher lows and all that other technical stuff, right? That could be confusing at times. You guys tell me that the body of the candle closed above, yes or no? We already identified the 1 hour. Yeah, okay. Is the line green? Yes or no? Yep. So now, if we just have to find an entry that's close to this green line, what if we were able to do this in the market? Let's say we did this in the market. And let's say we only wanted to risk 35 points. Instead of 34, we only want to risk 35. And on top of that, this is the funny thing. Let's just say, hypothetically, in this amount of time, we were able to, remember, this is 5-minute candles now. Each candle is representing 5 minutes. So right here, how much would you have made if you just went, let's say, all the way to the top of this green area here? And I'll zoom in, I'll come out just a little bit. Let's say this area right here. You started seeing the red around this candle here. So you decided to close the trade out. All this was green. You risk $34, $35. How much profit would you have made if you just went until it was just always green? Somebody type in the chat with a 0.01 lot size, which is the smallest lot size. What would your profit look like? I want to know who's locked in. With a 0.01 lot size, that would be $173, roughly, right here. Okay? Because there you go, Joy. Perfect. Because that's 173 points, right? So if that's 173 points, would it be worth it to risk $34, $35 to gain a profit of $173? Or better yet, let's say that was your first 173, but you know that, hey, the body of the candle is still closing above. You closed this trade out. You didn't want to lose money here. So you closed the trade out and you said, I want to get in again where I can fit in. And you said, you know what? I'm going to cover my risk just to where this entry is, but maybe I don't want to do that. I just want to cover maybe right there. The body of the candle closed right here. And I'm talking about this candle. That's the confirmation. The body of the candle closed above, right? So you wanted to get a target entry here. Now you're only risking, let's say, $35. But you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to get in where I can fit in to win again. Price is not coming back yet to the line. But right through here, could you have taken another position to get another $170? Would that be worth it to you? I'm just asking for a friend. So you had one entry here that you closed out, locked in your profit. Price did the same thing on the smaller time frame, and you lock in profit for another $173, $170. You know, maybe that's enough. Is that enough? Is that enough? Because this is just the buys. You know, you started seeing the red come in. So you said, let me close that thing out just in case, right? Just in case. You're done for the day. You're done. Or, I mean, you know, hey, if you want to move your stop loss into profit, no problem. You can hold the trade out if you're a position trader, or, you know, you're saying to yourself, since NAS 100 has been doing nothing but buying, instead of me getting nervous about the move, let me just maximize the move. Would it be worth it to you to be able to see all of the opportunity from the jump, and then you just get out when you see it's really red, and you just move your stop loss into profit to make 574 points? Would 36 points would that be a valid risk to make a little over almost $600 from your phone? And we're only talking the smallest lot size, family. We're not talking about a get rich quick scheme here. We're talking about skills that pay the bills. That's what we're talking about. And if you think this is sauce, you need to be in my class, because this is just real simply in 45 minutes, matter of fact, 30 minutes, because it took literally about 10, 15 minutes to get to the destination. So I ask you humbly, are you really willing to give something time in order to create your own time? You see, and that's what we've perfected within Envision You. This is just one of the strategies. And this is just a little bit of the sauce, okay? Because when you guys lock in to NVU Live and you're on the channel, yes, I have a lot of fun on my class. I have a tremendous amount of fun because I'm obsessed with this. I love this. I love the fact that we have an opportunity to control our own money. You know, you can be the walking bank every day if you choose. It's your choice. You know, we all have choices. It's not that difficult. You know, some of you guys for the first time probably like got your mind blown right now because you've never even seen what this crazy EKG looks like. I didn't want to come on here and talk about higher highs and higher lows and all. I just wanted to show you something simple. I told you when I first started talking that I just wanted your eyes. That's all I want. If I can get your eyes, right, we can get you paid. And you can educate to elevate, family. That's all I want. I want your eyes. I want you to be able to see it clearly. There's no gatekeeping here within Envision You. There's pure education and pure results, because guess what? We are a result-driven business. Whether you're doing it with a live product and the superfood and the coffee and the dreaming and the empowered, I want you to really understand this is not David and Yvonne and Bryce's first time creating massive success for others. They do this. They do this. And now we have an opportunity to really be a piece within the puzzle, right? The vision is clear. You just have to ask yourself right now, are you going to be in the movie? Are you going to watch the movie? Or are you going to be an extra? Or are you're going to operate at a low frequency and say, I'm going to see if they can prove it to me today that it works. Guess what? It works. Everybody around the world who's locked in is doing their thing, getting paid, getting results, feeling good, smelling good, dressing good, you know, taking flights all over the world, because we're literally going to impact 1 billion lives, family, with the skill set and the build set and all of the wonderful products that we offer here. And guess what? We're just getting started. This is the year of fulfillment, like Dr. David and Manitier said. So ask yourself, are you committed to getting everything fulfilled? This is answered prayer, y'all. It's your time. And so I humbly, I appreciate everybody that's been locked in. I'm going to pass the call. You know, you can't give me time and expect me not to go over just like at least 1 minute. I had to go over just 1 minute because I do this because I love it. I love you. If nobody told you they love you today, I love you. I believe in you. If you're the only person in the room right now that is locked in right now, okay? If everybody is against you right now, don't worry. You know, you're a part of a community of visionaries. You're in a room full of people. You know, 3% of the world only know that we can, you know, capitalize on markets this way. You're a part of that 3%. Okay, so if we can get a small fraction of it and then tell a friend about it, why not? Okay, the vision is clear, family. If nobody told you they love you today, I love you. Sarah, I am so honored, you know, to be in your greatness, to even be on a flyer with you and Bass and, you know, and David and, you know, just everybody. You know, there's nothing special about me. I promise you. I'm just your neighborhood market bully. I'm obsessed with getting people paid, obsessed with the skills to pay the bills. And I'm going to have my notepad and pen because right now, Dr. David Emanite is going to be coming up, but I'm going to pass the call back to Sarah right now. So I appreciate you guys so much and I love you. If all remains the same, I'll see you in class this upcoming week, okay? Let's get to work. We got a lot of work to do. I love you guys. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Hearts and fire in the chat for Mr. King Richard. Thank you so much. That was so valuable, you guys. If you found value, go ahead and write value in the chat. If you absolutely love the energy that King Richard has, like when I tell you he is a world changer, there is proof in the pudding. Like literally, you guys, that energy is frequency. And when you are connected to the best of the best in the entire world, he is a world and he's literally the best in the world. So thank you so much, Mr. King Richard. We are so forever grateful for you, your time, your love, your leadership, everything that you bring to NVU. NVU is so, so lucky to have you. So I'm just waiting. I'm hoping that Mr. David Emanite can get on today. I don't know if he's on the back line, but he is actually in Nigeria. And it is like 10:30 in Nigeria, but I did let him know that we are ready for him. So I'm just going to give him a few minutes. I'm going to chat while we wait for him to come on. If you guys are loving this Super Saturday, go ahead and drop some hearts and fire in the chat for this incredible Super Saturday. Now you understand after being on and involved in this presentation, how much this platform truly has to offer and why it becomes a responsibility to share, right? You can't not share this. When you can earn $600 in a few minutes within our trading platform by gaining that skill set, you guys, there is no skill set more valuable than the one that we have right here. And it is literally, I shouldn't say it's free to everyone. Like you do have to subscribe to our app. But you guys, it's like, it's priceless. Because once you gain this skill set, you can literally multiply your money every 24 hours, a quadruple. Like I had no idea the magnitude of the money that is literally circulating. The money's there for all of us. The money is literally on the table. It's just a matter of, are you going to get a piece of that pie every 24 hours? So thank you so much, Mr. King Richard. I'm going to see, I don't know if David is on right now or if he's available to be on. I hope that he can tune in from Nigeria because I'm telling you guys, Mr. David Emanite is the $1 million maker. He has changed and transformed so many lives, and mine being one of them. But the catalyst from my life being transformed, even you heard from Mr. Bryce Thompson. I mean, that three-way call, David just popping me on the phone to just reiterate the power of this platform. And that's why that call is so, so important. So we'll give David a few minutes to jump on. I hope that he can come on. I don't know if he's live. I might even call him and see. We'll call him live in Nigeria. Oh, it says you cannot place a WhatsApp call if you're already in another call. Oh, because I'm on Zoom. I'm on the Zoom. What happens if I pop off the Zoom? Nothing. I'm not the host. You're just host. Okay. Bear with us. Keeping it real. Oh, here we go. Let me just see if I can just end this. I don't want to shut it down for everybody else. Are you sure that I'm a co-host?
Yeah, you're the co-host. I'm the host.
Okay, how do I get out? I'm gonna leave mine and I'm gonna call David and see where he's at. Hey, how are you? Are you tired? That's totally a-okay. We would just love to hear your voice. Everybody's super lit. Okay, thanks. Goodbye. So he is gonna pop on audio. We'll give him a few minutes. John, if you can make Mr. David a co-host.
You should pop up here because he'll be back.
Hmm?
He'll be back line probably. So
Yeah, no, he won't come on. You'll have to add him. We'll give him just a few minutes. Like I said, it is super late in Nigeria, and he has been literally serving so many people globally. I'm so grateful that he is totally going to come on and share with you guys because he has just brought so much value to this space. Like I said, the number one in the world, like not even just here at MVU. Like, yes, he's the CBO, but he is literally number one in the entire world. So you definitely want to grab your pen and paper so that you can really expose yourself to the value that he absolutely brings to this space. We're gonna give him a few minutes. Oh yes, so then he
Hey,
mentioned
Sarah.
Hey David, we are
Hey,
so
what's
super late, so super Jack. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're
awesome?
killing
Yeah,
it,
it's
man. We're spreading the word.
no doubt, no doubt. It is honored to be on, and I know it's super late here in Nigeria, and but can't say no to Sarah. So I said I got to jump on, but I can come on audio. So definitely excited to be on this call. Sarah, you are absolutely amazing. Um, we definitely appreciate. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can. You
Yeah,
guys
I
heard that.
definitely appreciate your heart and your energy. Your heart, energy, and soul that you pour into the vision. When I think of people that are envision you, you're definitely at the top of that list. And so I just want to say appreciate you and everything you do for the company and for everyone. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the beauty of success. It's something that not only makes a difference in your life, but it makes a difference in the lives of other people. And that's what's happened for me and happened for so many other people that I've been very blessed to get a chance to work with, to see their lives being changed, but more importantly, watching that change make a difference in the lives of someone else. Um, Here in Nigeria, I was talking with during the event. I was talking. Actually, it wasn't today. It was yesterday. And I gave them the topic. I said it's perfect timing right now. Every year there is a there's this moment that serves as perfect timing in the business, where you could literally not be perfect the entire year, but if you are perfect for this 90-day period, it can really sustain a tremendous amount of growth and success in your business for the entire year. And I want you guys to understand what I just said. Like, if you understand the perfect timing of where you are right now, you can literally set up the rest of the year to be an amazing year of growth and success for you and your organization based on what you do right now. Now, Gary McSween is going to do the Vision Mastery call. And every time he does the call, he'll ask me, "Hey, Dave, what do you think I should train on?" And I don't necessarily always give him a title or a topic to train on because he knows the business. He knows it, like the back of his hand. And I said, "Man, I just need you to bring it tomorrow." You know what I mean? And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm definitely going to do that." He said, "I'm going to train on the 90-day blitz, February, March, April." Now, we didn't have a conversation, but if you talk to the leads and the champions and the sapphires and rubies and emeralds and diamonds here in Nigeria, they'll tell you that yesterday, that's exactly what I talked about. The perfect timing is February, March, April. Why? Because that is literally 90 to 120 days coming before the convention, before the Alive convention. If you're on this call with me right now and you haven't purchased your ticket for the Alive convention, I want you to forgive me for saying this, but you are absolutely unserious about your goals and your dreams. I want to apologize in advance for saying that to you. Um, and I want to apologize for absolutely nothing. Because it is the absolute truth. If you are on this call, if you're on this Super Saturday, the global expansion, and you're telling me, and you're telling Sarah, and you're telling Dr. Samantha Phillips, and you're telling Lisa Nicole Cloud, and you're telling, Angela Cruikshank, and you're telling Kay Fisher, right? And you're telling Jill, right? And you're telling all these leaders that you really want to be successful, right? That you really want to win, right? And you're telling all these people this, and you're on this call, and you don't have your ticket to the convention. It is impossible for me to believe that you are serious about your goals and your dreams. It's impossible for me to believe that you're serious about becoming a diamond in this company. Whether you become a diamond in 2025 or whether you're one of the 100 diamonds that we're going to have by March 31st, 2026. That's the first thing I would do right now on this call if you don't have your ticket is to go and get my ticket. Because the perfect timing is the month of February, March, and April. And then what I do in the month of May leading up into the event, I make sure that all the momentum that I've created, all the exposures, all the presentations, all the things that I did during the perfect timing season, I now consolidate all of my efforts to get every single person to the Alive International Convention. This is how you become legendary in this industry. Because coming out of that event, you're going to have massive growth in the month of June, July, and August. That's what's going to happen. And then we're going to put on another major event in the month of September or October. As a matter of fact, we're going to announce that event at the Alive Convention of a Vision 50K event that's going to happen in the month of September or October. All right. So, and that's now going to carry you through the rest of the year. So, listen, if you've never listened to anything I've ever taught you, this is the time for you to go even harder. This is the time for you to go harder in your belief. This is the time for you to go even harder in your actions. This is the time for you to go harder on your personal self-development. This is the time to go even harder on developing your leadership skills. This is the time to do more presentations. This is the time to sample more people. This is the time to expose more people. This is the time to share with more people. This is the time to take your excitement to a whole nother level. This is the time to take your focus to a whole nother level. This is the time to take your enthusiasm to the whole nother level. This is perfect timing. February, March, April. You're going to start to see diamonds and diamond elites and double diamonds and triple diamonds and global diamonds start to break in this company. And when you start to see that, that's when your belief level will go up. But the people that go diamond, they will be the people that had faith. They didn't go off what they saw. They went off of what they were hearing every single day. And I hope you heard me today. All right. This is the time. This is your perfect time to go out there and make it. If you haven't done it over the last 6 months, over the last year, over the last 2 years, I don't care how long you've been in the business. If you do everything that you know to do and more in the month of February, March, April, you will not regret it. This will be your best year ever in the industry of network marketing. So, Sarah, thank you so much. I'll be flying back from Nigeria tomorrow, and so I'll be back in the United States of America tomorrow. Appreciate you having me on the global expansion. What day is it? Is it Saturday? Super Saturday. And so I'll
Yeah.
turn it back over to you, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Mr. David. Hearts and fire in the chat for our CBO. His level of commitment to this entire movement, like as a CBO, I've never, ever experienced any leadership like it in this space. And I've been in this space for over a decade. And I knew at hello that Mr. David led different. So that is his heart. Still up at 10:30, willing to like tap in with us here in Canada, literally globally, as we are global through this virtual Zoom as well. And I'm going to close out by talking about the power of events and how events changed my business, changed my life, and how rising through adversity is possible. And how, you know, literally, I remember last February having one of the biggest flux movements in my personal organization. Within 48 hours, we were able, based on a promo that had launched, bring in over 90 new enrollments. But it wasn't that 48 hours. It was what we planted as a network in the previous month, right? And so that's where you start to gain that momentum. Leading up to our biggest month, which was in May, which we had over 100 and I think it was 103,000 in CV within our organization, but that didn't happen in May. That was everything that we planted January, February, March. So that's why it's so important to really get in a zone where you are literally planting as many seeds through the beginnings of the month and then rolling them over into orders, building a bigger foundation. And that's why it's so important to always have your list of 40, always be going 40 wide, but you are, once you close out that 40 wide, you're building a brand new 40 wide, right? And then you start to build the levels deep. And that's by really just tapping into having a system that's duplicatable that everybody can win on. So I'm going to talk about the power of events. I didn't know, you know, how to grow this business when I first got started. I was a school bus driver. Literally living in the middle of nowhere, no experience, a population of 140 people, but I was able to grow my network based on social media and exposing people to an opportunity and products to literally transition into earning my biggest month, no income claims, just a matter of heart and hustle, over 42,000 in a 30-day period. I in my driving school bus, the most I ever made was $1,800 a month. Being able to expand into over 40,000 in a 30-day period, how did that happen? I gained a skill set. How did that happen? I showed up to the events. That first event, literally, I didn't have the money to go, but I made sure I got there. You are going to have to make sacrifices in order to reap like it's an investment. It is not a sacrifice. It is an investment in your future, in your family's future, but literally globally, right? Because had I not led the way in my personal life and exposed myself to the skill set, I wouldn't be able to impact the masses. So you have to be the one that positions themselves, gaining that skill so that you can impact 1 billion people. Does that make sense? Right? So you guys, I just can't express the power of events, showing up at this Super Saturday, showing up to the virtual Super Saturday, but how many people are you going to expose to the opportunity and then make it a priority to get them in front of these educational events, like how to literally expand your network's skill set? That's based on your leadership. What are you making a priority? How massive do you promote these events, right? That's you. If you want to win as an organization, you need to make that a priority for your personal self, but also expand it into your network. If you don't show up to the event, good luck getting a team there, right? You have to lead the way. So I just want to be an encourager to take the lead, because what I was able to, through my skill set, gaining that skill set from the best of the best leaders, the first event I went to, you know, I was able to go in as a 12K leader, which was 12,000 a month in sales. The next event, I 8 times my business, over 80,000 in a 30-day span. The next event, over 200,000. The next event, over 400,000. I was now recognized as the greatest of all time. I didn't just become the greatest of all time. I had to gain a skill set, right? And that skill set is just like in our financial literacy, it's priceless, right? One decision that I made 10 years ago has been able to generate 1.4 million in this space. So how much are you willing to invest in your personal self to gain over the long term, to really impact millions and millions of people? That is you. That is your personal investment into your personal self. Because if you can't lead you, you can't lead the masses, right? If you can't lead yourself to that event, if you can't make those decisions, how are you going to lead other people, right? And I'm just going to put it to you this way. God is not going to bless you with a diamond organization if you can't separate yourself from the rest of the population and make yourself, I am it. I am the main event. That's positioning yourself to win, right? What are you willing to do to position yourself to personally win in life and then lead the masses and say, you know what? This is what I did. I gained a skill set for my personal family, for my personal legacy. And I've expanded because I've been able to bring other people to this legacy, right? Everybody here today, honestly, you're all strangers to me. It was a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that brought you to this space, right? And so that's why you are now it, right? It's literally passing the baton. I was on John C. Maxwell did one of our first mastery calls when I first came into this space, and it was one of the most powerful calls. I've got goosebumps just sharing. And it was like literally that relay, passing the baton. The better you are at passing the baton, the more people you are literally going to impact, right? And so it's up to you to be that next person, to pass the baton to the next. Hearts and Fire once again for Mr. David Imonete, Yvonne Tapia, Mr. Bryce Thompson, Mr. Richard Hall. All of these people decided, they made a decision. This is not about me. This is about you. They selflessly show up on a Saturday to serve you. How many people are you going to serve in the next 24 hours? How many people are you going to serve in the next 7 days? You have to put, and this is what I'm going to say, Diamonds put personal pressure on themselves. You don't just become a diamond. You put personal pressure on yourself to hit goals, to hit deadlines. And the more pressure you put on yourself in a 24-hour period, the more people you're going to impact over the next 7 days. The more pressure you put on yourself in the next 7 days, the more pressure you're going to put on, or you're going to position yourself to help more people impact over the next 30. But it all starts in a 24-hour window. So I'm just going to be an encourager. Team to lead to champion. You can go champion in a day. How do I know? Because I did it. I put pressure on myself. I was like, this is happening. It shouldn't take you 12 months to go champion. And if it does, be patient with your process. But by all means, put some pressure on yourself. You'll never regret going next level, but you're going to regret if you never get next level. Why if the only thing that's holding you back from being a diamond in this company is you and your effort? That stings. 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month. Are you going to literally sit before your kids and say, I'm not giving you the future you so deserve because I didn't show up the best I could every single day? Those are conversations that you should position yourself in, because the wealth of the world is here for us all. It's just a matter of, are we going to go get it? Or do we settle thinking, you know, it's pretty, I make good money. If you can have $1 million day within our trading platform or within this business, Envision You is designed to pay out $1 million a month, 8 figures a year, not counting what you could multiply that within our trading platform. How many people are settling for the JOB? There's a lot of people that settle in the world, but why? You are the diamonds. It's just a matter of, do you decide to put that pressure on yourself to create that goal, to create that deadline and get it done? I can encourage, but I'm not waiting for you guys to make a decision, and you can't wait for your family and friends to make a decision. That's on you. Decide to go all in for the next 24 hours, the next 36 hours, the next 72 hours. Become obsessed. There's nothing wrong. People be like, wow, you know, she's so into that. You know what? In 12 months, in 36 months, you're going to wish you had my obsession 12 months ago, 36 months ago. A team of over 8,000 people. And you got 100 beside you. But you could have 8,000 because you were in at the exact same time, had the exact same opportunity. It was just a different level of intention and intensity. Stop settling. It's here for everyone. There's literally money on the table every single day. There's lives to change every single day. It's just a matter of, do you decide to go and get it done? And you're going to go through so many no's. And that's okay. David sent me a powerful, powerful reel. Maybe about 30 or 60 days ago. And it was let them. People are going to reject you. People are not going to believe you. People are going to do all sorts of things. Let them. Just don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. There's going to be all sorts of distractions, and that's just delaying your success. So a distraction is delaying your success. You decide how long you stay at a position at a level. If you don't like where you are today, what are you willing to do to take you to your over there, your tomorrow? So I just want to be an encourager. There's success for every single one of us in this space, but it's going to start with you making a decision. And the length of time decides on the intention and the intensity. That's it. It's a numbers game. One of the most powerful leaders, you know, I have probably about, I could count on both hands the powerful leaders that I've had in my life, right? And they have influenced the direction and where I am today. And I'm so forever grateful. But are you going to be on somebody's two hands? Are they going to remember you literally taking you to that next level? Are you going to show up that big for somebody that they literally say, that one person, they showed up so big in my life, I will never forget them. But are you going to pay that forward? Are you going to be that somebody that somebody says, oh my goodness, like Jill, oh my goodness. I can't tell you how many people have messaged me that I'm not even friends with, that says, if Jill is in, I'm in. Because I know who Jill is. I know that she has integrity. I know she's honest, and I know she wouldn't want me in something that's not, you know, great. That's Jill's reputation. That's the reputation that Envision You has. Our mission is to positively impact 1 billion people by the love and the light that we bring, right? What is your intention? What is your long legacy vision, right? Write that down. Start to move different, right? Own your power. There is greatness inside every single one of us, but it's how we show up. Stop living a meaningless life. Don't just let life pass you by. When Jill woke up this morning, I said, you got 110 people in your organization. She was like, what? The last time I looked, I had 101. I said, Jill, it's grown with or without you. You can get a runaway leg in this business. It happened to Catherine. Over 2,000 people. And she's like, I had better do something. Are you going to let a runaway leg go and outpace you? And then you got to, and it's a blessing. But why not match it? Why not lead it? Don't wait for placement. Don't wait for spillover. Build it. Be 2 power legs. Stand up. Run. Stop walking. Stop crawling. Literally. And stop waiting for somebody to kick you in the ass. Kick yourself in the ass. Right? I just want to be an encourager. There is so much here for every single one of us. And literally, it's become a responsibility to share this with the masses, because the world needs our products, the world needs our services, but most importantly, the world needs you. You have family and friends that are praying for you to show up. So show up, land in their messenger, land through a text message, be that person that calls them and says, listen, I need to share something with you. Be that somebody for somebody else because somebody did it for you, right? You're here for a reason. Who did that for you? How grateful are you? How many people are you going to be that somebody for? Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Super Saturday. Thank you, John Shepard, Champion Going Sapphire, for always being behind the scenes. You guys, let's go and impact 1 billion with intention and intensity. The next 90 days, write it down today. Where are you going to be tomorrow? Stop giving yourself so much time. Let's move with urgency. Let's get it. Let's go. Thank you so much, John. Let's close it out.